Alright everyone, sorry about that. Ice cream has been acquired. We have this place called Andy's Frozen Custard here, and so I got my usual, it's called the Snow Monster. It started to melt, so I moved it into my own glass and moved the rest in the freezer, because I never eat the whole thing at once, even if I get a small. But it's like vanilla custard with chocolate, like frozen chocolate bits, and dark chocolate bits actually, and strawberry, like fresh strawberry. Anyways, right before I cut off the stream to go get said ice cream, I just gotten some red mushrooms. So why don't we plant those down real quick? We'll spread those out when we get more. I'm curious, actually. We've been... ancient debris? No. Okay. Y'all want to go check up on the turtle, I guess? Maybe? And then we'll get started on the house? I guess. Should probably be a good idea. So here you can see that my guy passed through a lava spot and continued on without stuttering and is filling in the lava behind itself. I wonder if it actually directly filled it in. Yeah, you can see it had to fill in a couple of these blocks for sure. Anyways, what a good little fella. Doing Glob's work. Just clean up behind it real quick, make sure there's no ancient debris left behind. I could probably specialize it to go hunting for veins and stuff, but I'm good for now. Okay, so now that we've checked in on our little son, let's go figure out what to do with the house. Are you lagging? What's going on? There we go. Normally I'm really good at rocket launches. So I'd love to get some aged copper, oxidized copper, I should say. Is there a way to oxidize in, like, the washing system or anything? I probably should make that a thing. So looking at our option for blocks, I'm wondering if Wondering if this would be too much to do something like this, and then on the second layer, so like that's our base layer, right? And then on our second layer have these. And a couple of these, like so. Perfect. I don't remember the moon looking like that before, though. Oh, you know what? While it's nighttime, I want to go test out a new mod. This is something I just realized. First of all, I want to see... So Atlas Combat has not been working. Combat Next, however, has been, as far as I can tell. While this loads in, I'm going to go get some water to kind of offset all the sweetness. I'll be right back. Okay. Much better. My mouth is very grateful. Okay, so we should now have a new combat system where things are definitely faster. And if I hit grass, it doesn't count. And I've been wanting to try this out. This is from Jeb's like in progress update that just hasn't been released yet because it's been a lot of work trying to get it all balanced out, I'm sure. It's one of the things that's like very difficult about a game like this is when like there's completely free aiming with no lock-on. It's so difficult. Like Moria, the game that I'm working on, has a couple of ways to combat that. Pun very much intended. Which helps significantly, I think, towards the gameplay factor of it. Rose! Long time no see. This sneaky guy. I definitely like the new combat system. I don't know if this is gonna stay or not. Oh, I hadn't seen one of these guys yet. I was gonna say, there were small guys, right? Scarabs. Okay, fun. I didn't know these were part of Rotten Creatures. Like, I didn't know these were in Rotten Creatures at all. Packing's going pretty great. Like, so far, the pack is doing pack things. I've been following Merp for a really long time on Twitter, but I recently learned that the textures they've been tweeting about were released like a long time ago, and I've just been out of touch. So I've been really enjoying like fiddling around with Merp's textures. I just installed a mod that brings Jeb's experimental combat updates into the game, which is fun. Otherwise, I'm trying to get gunpowder because I need gunpowder. But I love Merp's textures. There are very few of them that I've had to, like, tell other mods to override. I don't know why I'm using this bow. I've got my own. But Merp is a fantabulous texture artist. Yeah, so let me pull that up real quick, actually. I didn't expect that to just go. So, by the way, Physics Mod is, like, the best thing since sliced bread. I'm truly a fan of how, like, modular it is. Look at this guy. Scrub. And so on that note, do I have the... Where is the clip that I had? I don't think I have the clip anymore. I had a clip from yesterday that was hysterical. And I meant to post it, and I never did. Oh, here we go. Clips. Clips. Okay, so this is from yesterday. And this is why I love this mod so much. Physics Mod. I was not expecting this. The guy just dies. The poor Madre just dies, just falls. I was expecting the usual like animation and everything. Okay, so let's see. Experimental combat snapshot. 6E, I think, right? Let's find the latest one. Boop a doop boop. They don't come out that often. I'm actually surprised I don't see it. 8C, here we go. So 8C was originally a fork of 116, so that's how long ago this stuff has been going on. And essentially a lot of the changes, I wonder if there's... Yeah, there's a Reddit post on it. Let me find it real quick. Here. This is what I was looking for, the original official. So yeah, essentially, let's see. Eating interruption for getting hit. I don't actually know what this means. I'll figure that out as we go. Correct. Each cuboid, including like if I find, or let me quickly go into creative and summon a Rotten Creatures Where is he? Undead Miner. This guy's fun. Because if you kill him, his hat comes off. And it does it completely automatically. Didn't have to define any of it. So it literally just tears down the actual model down to its parts. It's pretty great. I'm really impressed. And of course, you know, physics mod also lets you do like particle breaking stuff like we used to have. Going back to the whole combat update thing, there are enchantments. I don't think that this mod adds enchantments. Oh, it does. It does add the cleaving enchantment. Okay, I wasn't sure. So cleaving, let's see, adds 2, 3, and 4 points of damage, which I haven't completely figured out where that goes. Healing potions have a change. Strength 1 and 2 now add a percentile bonus rather than a fixed bonus. That's what I was kind of getting. Returned the interruption of eating instead of interruption for getting hit. So bow fatigue after 3 seconds. I'm actually curious now. Hard to say if that one did come through in this mod. So there are a lot of... I want to see if there's like a breakdown of all the changes, because there have been... Here we go. 7C. This 7C was one of the bigger ones, so lots of comments. So the coyote times have been increased, I want to say, a lot, and then the attack indicator's not gone anywhere. Reach has been like turned into a modifier, and so this is like attack range, right? But that also greatly affects like a lot of other things. And then the attack speed basically is doubled from the original, but I want to see if I can test the speed. This might be better for a creative world thing, but whatever. So you can see I can definitely reach much further away, which I think is really good for some things. I think it's a good thing to be able to control more easily. I don't know that it necessarily fits for normal swords. Unless, like, an axe doesn't... I don't know. And axes, they swing really fast. So I don't know if, like, they just lose that distance. I think that's the thing, right? Yeah, like, I cannot hit this guy for the life of me until I get right on top. I agree. I do think it would fit really well with Tetra. I don't know if it would work with Tetra, to be honest. I have no idea. But I've been trying to kind of sort these out and see how they work, see if I like it. I like that the attack speed is a lot quicker. Again, another thing that they did that I just commented on right before you hopped on was if I miss, right? Like if I hit something, like if I hit grass, for example, it doesn't... You'll see that until and you can just press and hold, by the way, now. You can just... It'll wait to re-swing until the next fill-up. But if you miss and hit grass, there's like a definitely a reduced consequence. I can't tell if that's just because the swing speed is a lot faster now or what. But it's definitely a big change to the combat compared to usual. But with this pack having so few major changes, it's definitely a little bit nicer, in my opinion, to have like a couple of them that are definitely bigger. I don't know. How are we doing on gunpowder? 18 gunpowder. Okay. So yeah, I've been just kind of fiddling around with this to see. Yeah, I agree. And so like I feel like there's definitely like saying like a lot because there's so much going on at the moment. Oh, my gunpowder. Beach weeks won't save your gunpowder. One of the bigger things that I think goes on with a lot of these snapshot or these combat updates, which is part of why we haven't seen an official release, is because there's I legitimately didn't know there was quicksand. Would have been nice to know. Right, no, I do agree. I do agree 100% on that. So yeah, I don't like the quicksand looks almost exactly the same, but it does look different, to Regions Unexplored's credit. But combat definitely feels faster paced. I think that's part of what I don't like about OG combat. And it's like a lot of people have a lot of like invalid complaints in regards to the old combat update just because it changed in a way that a lot of people didn't like. And I understand that. But first of all, you know, this combat update hasn't made it anywhere yet because we're still trying to figure out ways to get this to work on the console and ways to make this feel right and feel balanced between what people liked about the combat update, which is the fact that combat is now something you have to think about, and things that people didn't like about it, like the fact that combat is something you have to think about. So I definitely like what I didn't really like about the combat update originally was the combat became slow. Like it was, you couldn't just kind of crash through mobs anymore, which isn't that big of a deal, but it became tedious. It became really slow. You know, I still have this very vivid memory, and this is... Okay, I gotta say quicksand is like the worst thing in the world. How is it worse than Biomes O' Plenty's quicksand? How do they manage it? Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly it. A lot of people said, oh, well, it's changed, or oh, I can't spam anymore. And that's not, like, that's a valid argument. That's just not a very thorough one. It doesn't stand up very well. Like, well, okay, this one still lets you spam. It's just you're not going to do any damage. You have to think. And that's when you eventually get to that same conclusion of it's the fact that they have to, you know, critically jump and swing at the right time and, you know, do these specific actions, right? Whereas this, like, this is a really fast swing speed, and if I'm my little sister-in-law and a half a sister-in-law, I think it's half sister at this point. It's very confusing. She's 7 turning 8. She plays Bedrock and always has. I think if I ever got her a computer, or she was ever on a computer that could play Java, the combat would be her first hesitation and issue. Aside from the fact that she probably was just playing creative mode anyway, because that's what kids like to do, and I'm all about playing how you like to play. You know, there's major issues with the combat as far as adaptability and compatibility for kids. Fair enough. Ecologic's quicksand is pretty good, though. So I like that you can just click and hold. I think that's a simple concept that a lot of people were missing from the old combat system, was that you could just click and hold if you didn't want to deal with a mob. Just look at it, click and hold, and strafe. I like the fact that the new combat system's definitely trying to do something kind of in between. It feels very fast-paced. I love that. I love that I was able to just knock through creepers, and if I got stuck killing one still when another one blew up, just like back in the old pre-1.8 days, it was still just as much my fault as when, you know, like back then. Whereas nowadays, it's like, okay, well, I could only do so much because you spawned 4 creepers right next to each other. I don't have a ranged weapon yet. I do now, but like if I didn't, that would be a valid excuse. And in order to kill something, I have to somehow isolate it and swing at it several times with several seconds in between swings. Which, that is a slog. Yeah, it's super slow. So I'm a big fan of this. I like the fact that axes swing at the same speed, actually. I wasn't sure how I would feel about that, but seeing the range difference, seeing that you have to get up close, is real cool. I don't do PvP at all, so I have no idea how this affects PvP as far as entities that can and will use a shield. You can see that it's definitely trying to have an effect here, breaking stuff, which is super annoying. Like, I wonder if something gets out of your reach, it looks like. But if you stay within reach, it'll continue to go. That's not that bad. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. I'm just experimenting with it because I had to go get gunpowder anyway, so I was like, screw it. I've been looking at this mod. I really want to see what it's like. Someday I'm going to accidentally right-click on this instead of this, and that's going to be a very bad day. Can quicksand at least be smelted? That would be nice. Hey, look at that. Thank you. Anyways, Merp's textures are fun. I'm a real big fan. Have you seen any of this base yet? I don't know if you've been around. I don't think you have. Yeah, exactly. Your point on cerebral combat is definitely a good one as far as just yeah, some players, they're different. There are varying levels, right? Like, one of the things that we're having a lot of fun with right now, I'm having a lot of fun with, is we've been kind of heads down in game dev doing stuff specifically in regards to, like, just... No problem at all. So we've been very heads down and focused on just, like, go forward and progress. But as I've been building things out in our systems, we have a lot of core systems I've been building out, I've found little fun places to stick, like, oh, we can put this here as a variable, and then later on we can tag that as, like, a performance setting that you can change and control on your own. And so to me, I almost feel like the combat that we have now could be, like, the hard mode combat, or maybe, like, not even that. That's pretty severe, actually. But take the existing combat systems, but then, like, start to bring back elements of the current combat as the difficulty increases. So, for example, you know, keep axes at a low range, because they still realistically would be, but also make them swing slower when you're on hard mode, or, you know, there are half a dozen things I can think of. Why are you draining? And why do you look weird? You look sick. Why does this tank look ill? And again, why are you draining? Anyways, let's go on that quick tour then, because I've got to go figure out why that's draining anyways. And then we'll finish rebuilding the house, because it looks bad right now. So, I'm trying to think. I didn't take my only bucket though, right? Yeah, Regions Unexplored. Regions Unexplored does some cool stuff with the nether biomes. This one's very blue and it's not my favorite. But there are some cool ones. Let me just try to find where there it is. Okay. What you doing? Bottomless supply. You're loaded. You just don't have any buckets? What happened? And you're bringing buckets back out. Okay, weird. I mean, I'll go investigate where my buckets have gone. But yeah, now that I can fly around with a little more ease, I'll show you some of the other biomes, because they're pretty cool. So there is the mycotoxic undergrowth. The glistering meadow. This was just a bastion, right? Yeah. No, not this way. Finding a nether fortress was really a bad time. I guess up? Or around, maybe? I truly don't even remember at this point. Come on, there we go. Nope, not that way either. Well, anyways, fortress is like a huge pain to get to. That's why that was like the first thing I used a waystone on, since waystones are otherwise pretty inadvisable. Waiting for that rubber band. Come on. I think the portal was like under and then over, right? I think something like that. There we go. So yeah, that's the Nether. The Nether is like definitely pretty wild. There's this really cool skulk biome in the Nether that I had to disable because they spawn like all the skulk things, including everything you need to get a warden, which is not ideal. So I had to disable it, but it comes with this really cool tree that I'm gonna quickly show off. I don't know, let's just do this real quick. I think that's probably the easiest thing. So Regions Unexplored does these really cool transitionary logs that I love. And then, I don't know, I just really love the leaves. So these are like a skulk-themed leaf, and I'm a big fan. So the saplings for these are found in the deep, dark, ancient cities, but these were also all over the place in the Nether, and I didn't like that. So yeah, anyways, the casa needs some help. So before I tear everything down, we were near a village that was nicely populated. It is now no longer nicely populated. This is the outside of El Casa. This is Horse, and I had a pair. Yeah, here he is. Little guy. This is my little normal farm. This is my tree farm. I decided to do something stupid with gantry carriages, and it works super well, and so it just lives here now, from now on. So gantry carriages were like how we got away with stuff early game, which was really funny. Like, things just went hysterically well. Yeah, they're the butchers, the local butchers. Anyways, you'll notice that it kicked off, and that's because this whole thing runs off of a supplementary clock block, which every 1 game hour lets out an observer tick. So that goes into a power toggle latch that tells this guy to go back and forth. On the note of going back and forth, I didn't want to set up minecart rails, so I didn't. So I don't know if you knew this, but gantries, when given a redstone signal, will emit that redstone signal down the entire length of the gantry shaft, and will also stop spinning throughout that process. So there's buttons on the ends that hook up into the gantry shaft, and at the very end, there's an observer that powers a toggle latch. And that goes into not a clutch, but a gearbox. And so it's just a much quieter minecart, honestly. It's not much faster, but it's definitely quieter. And this goes over to the village. There's also like this really, I want to show you these cave biomes. If you haven't seen Regions Unexplored and Tectonic, which is the combo I'm using for World Gen in this pack, which is really decently performant, even though I think Tectonic is data pack driven. I checked and checked and checked, and I used your test of spectator mode and then go flying. And it seemed to be okay. But anyways, these caves are super wonderful and I love them. They're just so pretty. Then there's like a dripstone cave. There are also more. I had streamed earlier and then I stopped to go get ice cream with my wife, but I am back because we've got to do work on the house. The house looks bad. But there's a new update for the pack, so that's nice. Wanted to find one of the redstone caves, but that's all right. You can kind of get the point that these are really fun, really beautiful caves. And then coming back over here, this goes over here, boo, to a village wherein I have employed the use of villagers to get me mending books and other niceties. Like, I think this guy has infinity. This guy has infinity. So yeah, these are my guys. Big fans. These eucalyptus logs recently got a retexture, and they look neat because now they do the same thing that the Ice Queen from Twilight Forest, the Ice Queen's like tower, has that weird like per block gradient thing, which I've learned how to do. I just have no interest in doing it because it sounds like a pain in the butt. But that's essentially how it works. Same thing for the Rainbow Caves. So I imagine they already had that code sitting around from something. Yeah, we have a place called Andy's Frozen Custard around here, Luke. So we went there. My wife was like, I have an idea, and it's probably not a unique idea. Meaning, like, there were probably going to be a bunch of other people in the line, but it was surprisingly not that bad. Right? It's like, get exposed. Get exposed. But also, like, it to me, it feels like when you, like, run and you leave these dust particles behind, it's like, this block's gotta go. It's going. So yeah, anyways, this is like the main little house area. I've got ventilation. Got to have your ventilation. Teammate and FTB Skies, put your machines into a compact machine and cardboard boxed it. It sounds like your teammate's not a team player. Pretty Pipes has a cool mod or cool resource pack add-on that someone else aside from Simi made to make it create themed, and all I did was made their pipes actually the right size to fit in with the create mod, and changed up a couple of the recipes, namely this one, and they look really cool. The one thing that kills me and makes me sad inside, and I might just make a PR into Pretty Pipes because I know LPEC will approve it, because LPEC is a sucker for any time someone helps him code, is if he could make just the two solid blocks, the crafting terminal and the normal terminal, atom terminal, translucent, that would be great, because they're not. And so you'll notice that I've got mine either in the ground or completely standalone, and that's why. It's because I don't want to see through the world, and I don't like that. This is my XP storage. I started messing with this yesterday with the enchantment industry. It's okay. It's an okay mod. By the way, this is where the enchanting actually happens, and I don't have anything in here. It's an okay mod. My concern, the reason I say it's okay is because, like, they expect you... We did the math. I did the math yesterday. They expect you to turn a nugget of experience, right, into 3 millibuckets of liquid experience, which is A-okay. But then they turned around and said, well, the only way you can get your liquid experience back into something that you can use, you can either enchant with it, like good for you, or you can do this to get a better liquid experience, whatever. But they expected you to just take a loss and get it back in bottled XP form. So if you get it back in bottled XP form, you actually lose XP. We did the math yesterday. For 10 so in order to get a perfectly even score or perfectly even calculation, 1 bottle of liquid XP is 10 millibuckets, and so you need 30 nuggets to get 30 millibuckets, or sorry, 10 nuggets to get 30 millibuckets, and that's 3 bottles, right? So 10 nuggets is 3 bottles. For 10 nuggets, we got 3 levels and 2 points of XP, which is like using the /experience command. For 3 bottles, not 10 nuggets, but 3 bottles, which is supposed to be equivalent, we got 2 levels and 3 points. So what I did instead was just tweak the recipe so that if you want your liquid XP back, it costs 0.3 bottle or 0.3 millibuckets, or 3 millibuckets. Words are hard today. And an existing nugget or a glass pane to get your nugget back. So this was some intense mathing that I did yesterday. Not really that intense, but point is we have fluid XP storage, which is super sick. I I set this up as well to run it. Like, I've got a big boiler and all, but I just wanted to have something upstairs. And so now the place looks a lot more steampunky and wild, and not steampunky, but it looks like it's part of a contraption, like the inside of a lighthouse or something. You know, honestly, it just depends. When I write quests out, I do FE. I say FE. So I've got this guy here. This is how I make my little complex, what the heck are they called? Precision mechanisms, those guys. So this is just a super simple system that goes back. And then this is just a 5x5 guy. I've got my tree farm hooking into here, where it goes into my storage drawers and then pulls out logs that turn into charcoal, which runs my boiler, and so that charcoal just gets sent all the way throughout. I've got smelting, I've got hammering, I've got rolling, I've got mixing with a guy who go fast. Well, so this one is actually just, since this is Harmonious Creationeering instead of engineering, this one's completely create themed. So you'll notice, like, if I look at computer craft, create theme. If I look at the advancements, which FTB Quest has betrayed me for the last time, so I'm using advancements this time around. Everything is create themed as far as the UI. The entire kind of premise, right, is meant to be more on the create side of things. This, however, is the nonsense that I've made to get our infinite resources, because there is an infinite resource process. It's a pain. But this is... Welcome to my nightmare. So this is my cobble gem. It generates cobble, effectively. Excess charcoal comes over here, and when charcoal gets smelted, it turns into ash from supplementaries. Basically, if you can only break carbon down so much. So once you get ash, you can actually smack it in this whole process here, because I looked up tuff, and apparently tuff is primarily an ash composite. So I figured this recipe was scientifically close enough to get you tuff. Close enough, and then tuff can be crushed into the things. So that's how you get the metal resources. And then I made it so that the gravel washing process is how you get the remainder of the 3 like unimportant resources that are actually still very important, don't get me wrong. So that's the things that I hide behind my wall. Yeah, more or less, Luke, you're right. The fact that I could do this is a danger to everyone, just because this lets me make even worse little nooks and crannies. So this is where the tuff gets crushed into the various resources, and then they all just get congregated over here. And so I don't have this like auto importing or anything. It's very, very manual and very lazy. And then this is my old ore processing, which was super fun. I still use it sometimes. Items go into here. Things that cannot be washed go to the left and then into that chest here. Things that can be washed go to the right, get washed, and then come in here, which I forgot I had stuff in there. I might make them autocraft and ingots at some point. It's not a bad idea. Actually haven't looked into the Create mod pack itself all that much. What even is the current Create mod pack? Like Create Above and Beyond, I guess, right? We don't have refined storage. This is all you get. I will say this pack is kind of the opposite of Harmonious Engineering. Harmonious Engineering usually gives you like a plan, right? This pack is certainly more on the loosey-goosey, like here are your achievements, right? And so your advancements are essentially all you have guiding you through this pack, letting you know things like Peaceful Surface and, you know, certain rules. And so my goal for this is really just for it to be more open-ended. If you've been wanting to learn Create, or you want to play a pack with the Create add-ons, and with some other kind of quality of life mods. Like, modular routers is insanely popular and insanely, like, when I first learned about how powerful modular routers was, I lost it and I started loving it. But I found that computer craft turtles can do a lot of that, which is really fun. So that's why I included computer craft, but just made it like its own thing entirely. So computer craft, for example, let me head back up here real quick. Not only is it reskinned, but all the recipes have been tweaked to qualify under the various different, you know, types of things that you'll make. So there are a couple of integrations. There's this mod called Computer Craft Create Bridge, which is really cool because then you can use Computer Craft to update the little things from Create. It's certainly my plan to combine Computer Craft and Create in a way that kind of shows me like cool information off of my systems. So yeah, like right now the plan is it's meant to be a very low-tech, very rustic pack where I finally get to focus on Create and its add-ons. I honestly never expected this to be a thing. Like I made this and started developing it and thought, haha, funny mod pack rather. But you know, just kind of vaguely started developing it 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And then kind of got into it more and more and was like, okay, I'll make this a mod pack, but it's not going to be an official thing. And then Elder Sign came in and said, hey, I'm gonna do an LP on this next week. And I'm like, oh, Christ, okay, this is an official thing. It's so unofficial, Rose, that I don't have a proper Discord channel for discussion on it on my Discord, where I usually actually have channels for everything. So that's how unprepared I was for this to become a thing people actually ever cared about. At first, it was catered just to me. So I haven't really given the progression much thought. I've just been doing the things that I've been learning as I go to make a pack feel well composed and to feel well, not only well thought out, but also like decently well balanced. So a couple of big changes and big quality of life mods that you guys probably know good and well, I enjoy including, are probably in here, but they're changed in ways that I've really been concentrating on, right? I probably should. So, there are a couple of really big things that I've changed. And these are like Waystone, achievement things as well. So, advancements, of course, explain kind of what to do. Anvils have a lot of changes that make them easier to use and better and worthwhile. Like you can repair for free. Or not for free, but I think it's a fixed cost of 1 XP every time. I can't remember if it's free or 1 XP. I have to triple check. Renaming in an anvil doesn't have an experience cost at all. And waystones. That sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, HQM is still a thing. I actually looked into it recently to see if it was a better alternative, but it's really hard to edit with. FTP Quest does do the editing part right, but when that whole chapter started crashing the game, I was like, nope, FTP Quest is still an underbaked piece of crap. So Waystones. Waystones are like popular. Everyone knows a Waystone when they see one. I didn't use any in Harmonious Engineering 3 at all. I didn't want people to have these and use them. And then I learned of this config option on my own. Excuse me, what? Bonfires are a thing? Okay, this does... Oh, yeah, this mod. This is the mod that you needed my help with figuring out data-y things, and you had a really rough time. Interesting. I wonder how much of this I can... Oh, this mod goes back a really far ways. Look at these old bucket textures. Holy cow. Fun fact, I dislike all of the FTB mod packs and 99.999% FTB mods. Fun fact. I stand that ground. I'm not changing my opinion. They're all the same template. They're all the same base mod pack, and they all have the same really crap choice of really crappy ports of other mods that were ported without correct permissions or in a way that is really scummy. So yeah, I'm not surprised that FTB Skies needs Waystones. I'm not surprised that they didn't put any thought into that at all. They just keep cramming the same thing over and over and over again. That's cool. I'm going to play with bonfires then at some point soon because I like the idea. You know, I still have this piece of code. I want to show you guys this because I'm hanging on to it for no reason whatsoever. Did I move it to scripts finally? Where did I put this? Surely I didn't get rid of it. I know I still had it at one point. Here it is. Yeah, it's right here. So I wrote this for like 1.16, but someone on Twitter, Dark Souls PTSD is a fair point. Someone on Twitter was wanting or was experimenting with the prototype that you could only, I think this is 1.14 or 1.16 code, by the way, was experimenting with the concept that you could only save and quit at a campfire. So this was like Happy Animals was a different thing. Someone had suggested that if animals were in a safe atmosphere with coverage, that they would breed automatically, and that was a headache and a half. But this is all code that I haven't used at all, but will essentially hide the save and quit button if you're not near a campfire. So I've been thinking about bringing this back. I just don't know, would that be a new mod, I guess? Because it sure as heck doesn't fit into V-Tweaks. That's just such a rude thing to do to somebody. Oh, and if you're in multiplayer, it prevents you from disconnecting. Honestly, it could just be a part of natural progression. The natural progressions mod could honestly have done well with this now that I think about it. But yeah, I mean, making it a V-Tweaks default off also would work. I'm not sure. But what I did with V-Tweaks, what I did with Waystones is actually pretty cool. I didn't know they did this, and I don't disagree, by the way, with the lack of styling for Waystones. These are the same thing they have been since, like, 1.7, and they are still sad. And if it weren't for the fact that they independently already use the andesite texture from Minecraft, I guarantee you if they had used their own andesite texture that they had like put into the model, baked into the model, that it would be the old one and they would never have updated it. Assets have not been changed at all. At all. That said, I found out this really cool setting. No one needs RL Craft again. No one needed RL Craft. RL Craft was literally made as a joke. Yeah, I completely agree. Anyways, what I figured out is you can apparently invert the cost on XP. So the further away a Waystone is, the cheaper it is. So I've been experimenting with that, and in this pack, if something is too close, it gets ridiculously expensive. So yeah, the lazy tax. Essentially, build yourself a damn gantry. Or use rails or trains or whatever. I don't care. So anyways, it's been a really fun little pack so far. I've had a lot of fun with it, and I'm now needing to finally actually do something with my house. I've been talking this whole time, which I loved, but also help me. I'll keep talking if I don't get on it. I think this is gonna be. This is weird. I don't like this. Way rocks. Ah, yes. Good old way pebbles. 9 way pebbles equals a way rock, and 9 way rocks equals a way stone. I laughed, but someone's gonna make this a mod. I know it. Location boulders. Yeah, no, see, my wife and I played RLCraft together before we were even engaged, like way the hell back, which, you know, was a sign of our true love for each other, I think. But we played it in a custom way that disabled like I server configured stuff to like not Lycanites at all, because Lycanites is dumb and ugly and dumb and ugly and dumb. And I know that there are new textures, but it's still dumb and ugly. And I'm not taking that back, as rude as that was. Luke is over here in Synonym Land, and I love it. My friends and I make stupid synonyms like this all the time, and I'm on board. Why do you think persistent bits is a thing? Chunk, loading, load, persistent bits, chunk. Yeah, navigation trees. Is this like, would this be the same texture as the new like weird whisper tree things that Mevad Jukar made? It's Mevad Jukar, right? For supplementaries dev? I think it's Mevad Jukar. My memory is getting worse and worse. By the day, in fact. Yeah, I've got to say, cottagecore has been my thing for like 3 years now, and I think I need help. But yeah, in that same vein, I would definitely go for like... I know that this is like probably a really dated reference, but Life in the Woods was a pretty fun little pack that I'd never liked back in the day. Why am I using these? Jeez. Because that was just, I prefer tech mods. I was a big nerd way back in the old days. But now, like, small packs like the one I'm making right now are my thing, where it's like I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't have a lot of tech options. Just build. Oh yeah, no, cottagecore and woodpunk are definitely different, but they are adjacent, I would say. I would hesitate to say, but... Okay, definitely looking better. Definitely looking better. These logs, very bad. Don't know what to do about that, but very bad. Right? Okay, let's be real. There has been so much desire on my behalf to do something with Harmonious Engineering 4 with the Ad Astra models of the solar panels in Ad Astra. Because Ad Astra's solar panels look so good. I just want to reach into my computer and consume it. Aha, I see. Hello, Luke from the other side. Like, look at this. Did you download the image? Why are you so stupid, Firefox? I love you so much, but you being dumb. But like, look at these. Look at, they look so cool. Ad Astra's textures are insanely neat. I'd almost think it'd be really fun to do like a, yo, we really screwed up the Earth, crash landing style. Firefox is such a goof. I stick with it though. I tried a Chromium-based browser for a week and I hated it, and I cried and went back to Firefox. It was Vivaldi, to be fair, so I didn't make like the worst choice, I don't think. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. That's about as even as it'll get. Oh yeah, I forgot, you do like opera gaming, or whatever it's called. I'm not saying that like in a sarcastic and rude way. I legitimately forget what it's called. But I forgot that you like that. I've Opera GX. Thank you. It's legitimately cool. I forgot on my home tour, by the way, to show off this. This is my favorite part of the base. This reminds me, Luke brought it up, but it gives me the vibes. And Luke, again, fully credited to Luke for reminding me that this is what this reminded me of the Portal ending, as you like, Portal 2 ending, I should say, as you elevate up to the surface. So we've got preliminary water gen to power the pumps. The pumps power into the boiler, and the boiler has its own separate power for the arms, for the arm, of course. And the boiler goes throughout the whole house. You can't leave Opera GX? I mean, I don't blame anyone for their... The one thing that I think Rose knows best about me is that I don't really judge people for their choice in, like, a lot of preference-based stuff. Like, it doesn't make sense to me to look at someone and say, ew, you use Chrome. If someone says, hey, I'm having problems with Chrome, what else should I use? Then I'm going to offer advice, and it's probably going to be Firefox. But if someone's, like, just going along their way and they open up a Chrome tab, I'm not going to be a child about it. And that's my opinion on a lot of things. If you don't want to play Minecraft a certain way that my mod pack is designed to have you play it, then just don't play my mod pack. Or modify it. Modify the hell out of my mod pack. I don't mind. I personally don't like modifying mod packs because it makes me feel like I'm altering the image that the mod pack developer intended. But that's not to say that you can't, and that's not to say that I haven't. I used to have a script for, like, back in the 1.16 era of, like, changing my mouse tweaks preferences and changing my inventory profiles preferences, because, like, I had preferences that I didn't want to constantly have to reset on each pack update, so I had a script that would just bring them over whenever I ran it, because I'm just that picky. I'm very OCD. I think Rose also knows that pretty well. I don't think that needs to be done. There's a mod for 1.18 called Creationeering, and it lets you convert mana into a fluid, it looks like. There's already one for creating ours as well. What's it called? Ars Creo. It lets you put Ars Nouveau constructions. Here you go. Lets you put Ars Nouveau constructions on create movables, and lets you make stress using a starbuncle in a wheel. Okay. Create Above and Beyond has numbers with create. See, I love how Ars Nouveau plays. I hate how Ars Nouveau looks, and it's not even the textures. I like the gold and purple. I think it's cool and classy. It's the models. You know me. I like my basic models. I really like the book, the spell book, how it opens, if I'm thinking of the right mod. But a lot of the block models are just way too complicated for what they are. And I don't believe in, like, every block should be a solid block. Like, IC2 was not the way to do it. I like blocks having dynamic shapes and stuff, like having non-square shapes. I'm all on board for that. That's why I love that this is a thing. Like, this looks really cool, and it's so simple, but it looks cool. But you can do a lot with very little. Like, if you look at the chunk loaders mod that I always use everywhere, all the time, right? Like, this is a very simple shape. It's a 3x3 cuboid. Sorry, a 4x4 cuboid, a 2x2x3 rectangular prism, and then a 4x4 plane. But the fact that it spins so smoothly is what makes it feel modern and neat, right? So, like, if you just did that, that would be fine. I think Weird Gadget is sick as hell. The only reason I use the same mod all the time is because the chunk loaders mod is one of the very few. It's a conduit but useful. Bingo. This chunk loading mod is like one of the 5 that I found, and I don't know if Weird Gadget does this. I just haven't tried it, honestly. Lately, I haven't tried it. I think last time I used Weird Gadget was 1.16. But the chicken chunks and okay, so persistent bits, my own mod, doesn't tick loaded chunks. It's a very basic force load, and I don't know how to make it tick chunks in a way that's not going to kill server performance, so I just haven't done that, and I'm probably not going to port persistent bits anytime soon. Chicken chunks, which is like the fallback that everyone uses. Chicken chunks, when you save and quit, it used to be a thing that, like, when you would save and quit out of a world or disconnect an unloaded chunk, it wouldn't reload the chunk. Most chunk loader mods wouldn't reload the chunk to kick off the process of chunk loading that chunk. So if you were out of bounds of a chunk to stay loaded and you weren't on, then it would unload and then it wouldn't reload on restart. Chicken Chunks claimed to fix this and did for the longest time, but in 1.18 it stopped. FTB Chunks has notoriously had issues with refined storage, and so I have never, ever used FTB Chunks willingly. I have always despised FTB Chunks, not only because it's an FTB mod, but because it's such a poorly written mod that it directly is the only chunk loader mod that has issues with refined storage. Bye, Rose. Thanks for joining the rant. So, Weird Gadget is pretty cool, though. It looks awesome. I just haven't tested to see if it meets the criteria of usability requirements that I have on damn near everything, honestly. I'm the worst, to be fair. I have, like, very, very, very highly opinionated opinions. What logs do I have, and can I search? Then lucky you. If your refined storage setup goes beyond one chunk in size, it will have issues, I found. Unless they fix that notorious bug finally, which I highly doubt, to be real with you. Okay, how does that look? More than likely. I don't even know when Refined Storage 2 is due, though. Not to say that that's not a valid thing to hope for, but just have no idea when it's going to be a thing. I've been using it on most of the servers that I host, and I've never had that issue. That's crazy. That's incredibly unfortunate, too. You know, I don't ever use mangrove, but mangrove might be the solution. Let me sleep. FTB Ultimine is the exception. I like FTB Ultimine. I think it does a good job. I won't install the rest of FTB's crappy mods just to get FTB Ultimine, though. Which is why I seldom ever include it. It certainly is a mod. So how does this look with... Not sure. But I got some propagules, so... Right, yeah, but the lib mod also, I find, has a lot of issues. Ooh. Those are fun. In fact, the lib mod is what was trying to take out the questing mod pack. Or the questing changes I did to this mod pack, if I remember correctly. Where did the other Flappy Band go? Okay, we got you. And we got you. Yeah, FTB was definitely good at one point. I won't discount it for being known for, like, everything it's known for. It certainly is. V-tweaks. V-tweaks makes bees smaller. Because bees are enormous. And if you like it, go again. I don't mind that people like something I don't necessarily like. I think that's great if you like it. I'm glad that FTB has a reason to keep existing. Yeah, the crate sifting definitely looks neat, but it was also already used in Stoneblock, if I remember correctly. But yeah, X Nihilo was super old. I don't think anyone will miss it. It is different? Okay, cool. I wasn't sure, to be honest. I wanted to say it looked the same, but I didn't pay much attention to Stoneblock either, so... Goes to show you exactly how little I care, I suppose. See, and I don't like the pedestals mods at all. Nothing wrong with it, I just don't like it, not my thing. Okay, what do y'all think? And if y'all don't have an answer, I'm gonna go ask my wife, because I don't know. I'm conflicted. Spruce or mangrove? I kind of like mangrove. I don't know. It's a very different mod. I never got into it. Maybe I should just give it a try and suck it up. stripped mangrove would not look good here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think the reds really work. And there's also this. Which, for those end caps that look really weird, we can always do this. And that should help. I don't know, it just seems so monotonous. Better MC is okay. I've played Better MC a couple of times now. I haven't really gotten into them that much, but they're cool. A lot of similar rehashing I've noticed, but that's alright. It's hard to come up with new ideas. And that just looks terrible. We don't do that. Yeah, I would imagine. Looter is a must-have, in my opinion. Yeah, people are gonna be like that. Yeah, it truly baffles me that anyone could be against Looter. Looter's fine. Like, it does a lot of work. It's pretty dang good. Literally nothing. No, I'm not going to include tinkers in a pack. I'm tired of tinkers. You're free to add it to any of my packs. I don't care. I usually will even go so far as to help people who are having issues with tinkers debug, or issues with adding a mod, debug the issues that they're running into. I have too. That's why I'm tired of tinkers. Yeah, I've been thinking about adding Tetra to this pack. I just didn't want to overdo it, you know? Then again, I do think it would fit really well. Mangrove roots are struggling to render. That's weird. Yeah, it would be really cool to replace the weird forge setup, which I'm probably going to have to. Hell, like, I mean, what are you going to do when you add Tetra to this world? Go generate a bunch of terrain? I think it would be cool to just outright substitute that component of the forge with, like, a mechanical press. Not because Tetra's implementation is bad, but just because my goal is to integrate with Create in this pack. I wonder if a hoe is faster for these. It says axe. It's axe, okay. I don't really feel like that's up my alley. I've played Stardew Valley, but I haven't played it since Ginger Island was added. Since before Ginger Island was added, I should clarify. So I'm definitely not the most, like, experienced in that asset. And also, like, I don't want to copy someone else's pack. Farming Valley already exists. It's super out of date and was never really seen through as well as I had hoped it would be. But I think this is happening. Yep, it's just block face color. I mean, it is pretty old, but I'm not gonna try to... I don't know. If you want to go play Stardew Valley, why not just play Stardew Valley? It's way more performant. What is this music right now? This is Droopy Likes Your Face by C418. Here's the playlist on Apple Music. Pretty sure it's public. Yep. Indeed it is. Okay, you don't have to be my subscriber. You found a good one. A good one what? A good mod pack? Turns out it wasn't this. No, it did not send for whatever reason. Are you done? I hope you're done. Yeah, it did not... Oh, wait, was it Discord that you sent it to me on? Because I don't keep Discord open. Nope, did not have it show up on YouTube chat for me. What do we think? What do we think of this? I guess I should probably see how it looks in the larger scale, huh? Excelente. Thank you. Yeah, you suggested this one yesterday. I haven't given it a listen yet, but I will add it to my queue. I suppose I can. What are we thinking? This is just... Surely the answer isn't oak. Okay. Yeah, I'll listen to it then. It'll play next.
Hello, subject 3910. We've come to dance with you again. Because there are quotas that we aren't keeping. We'll never meet them if you're listening. And if the song, the themes we beamed into your brain still remain, it's just the sound of silence. We kept you dreaming peaceful while we arranged our portal tiles. Beneath our heartless masters' watchful eye, you'll cheat them for us to analyze, or you'll be stabbed by the spikes of a moving wall that crush your skull. There's just the sound of silence. And when you reach the exit door, you'll find 10,000 chambers more. Although we're not sure what that data means, you'll face acid pits and laser beams as machine guns win turrets sing your name as they take aim. It's just the sound of silence for your mortal dying pain. Each catwalk, each segment you came. Hear our words and try to understand. We do what we must because we can. And when you're bested by your tales and lives to fall, as do they all, you heed the call of silence. Under one name bound for the child that creationeering. And should you reach the day your science is done, you'll assume the party position and be escorted to the room full of cake and they'll be not full of flames. But if there's pain, your screams are just the sounds of silence.
Pretty fire. Do we have a dark oak forest around at all? Rainforest, deciduous forest, arid mountains. Don't happen to have like a sapling, right? The one and the only. Okay, let's try going diagonally then. Going southwest. I mean, cabbage rolls, the most effective cabbage roll recipe that I use is usually carrots and then sliced cabbage. Ooh, I forgot about walnut wood. No, I have not. Last one I played was the Cryptic is the one who makes the encrypted mod pack, right? Well, that's cool. I thought the encrypted pack was at least unique. That one I enjoyed pretty thoroughly. I didn't get all the way through it, but I certainly played it for a long time. That's outstanding. But also, like, super annoying, in my opinion, but pretty fun. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, I think the perfect April Fool's joke for Minecraft is one that's subtle and one that's not going to be annoying. But... oh, weird. On that note, I do think it could be fun to do something as aggressive as a Rickroll main menu. Ooh. But instead of, like, just doing it, asking the user, like, maybe run through it for, like, 2 seconds or 5 seconds, and then ask the user, do you want to keep this? Ooh. Excuse me. And that's not okay. Has to be in the configs. If it's not in the configs, then you're just outright a criminal. Like, irredeemable. FYI, if you're playing this pack, enjoy. Enjoy having food for days. I'm not removing it. Right? Ooh, a waystone. Right. Why did I type home? Good night. See ya. What is this? Well, that's cool. This is really cool. I have no idea what's doing this. Oh, sorry, I missed your message. I thought you had headed off. Yeah, you can't break the waystones in villages because of a config option. Oh, large logs are fun. I'll take that. Just a tall maple? Yeah, it is. Cool. Ooh, I finally found one of these. See, there is a new mod that I recently added that is causing a significant amount of world gen lag. You know what? Let's experiment with that real quick. Let me go take a real quick bio break. Okay, we're going to try out the bonfires mod, and we're going to disable the Waystone Towers mod. Curious to see if Atlas Combat has fixed its incompatibilities with Iris, or Sodium, / Rubidium. I'm also curious to see if Radon's actually going to be better performing. I have no idea. Okay, I want to see what resourceful config is in charge of. Combat next. Oh, really? Okay. Well. It is what it is. So let's see if World Gen is faster with Radon, and if it's faster without the Waste on Towers mod. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it certainly seems to be faster. Oh. Did you drop? He dropped it. Heck yeah, look at us go. Trident time. I legitimately cannot believe we got that trident. What luck. World Gen is definitely a lot faster. I don't know what mod is to blame, but it can go away. Aha, Dark Oak. Okay, but Pine does look really good though. Oh, it's Blackwood. Okay. Let me be right back. I'm sorry. There's something in my gums. It's hurting. Okay. Certainly has helped a little bit. Okay, so our treasure map points to, like, over here, right? Starting to think we may have gotten scammed. Nope, we did not. Sick. Okay, let's head back home then. Yep, I found that the rocket is one of the more fun ones, so I'll use that one for now. What is this? Ooh, what is this? What is this? What is this? I guess that's it. It's still pretty cool, though. Alright, here's our stupid little house. Now, let's see which one of these logs looks better. We've got walnut. Walnut looks neat. I like the color. Maybe. I think Blackwood's gonna be super duper dark. But it kind of works. I wish it was a little lighter though. And then dark oak. Brings in just the right amount of contrast, so I'm gonna go with that for now. I really do think walnut could be cool though. Let's grab bone meal and try walnut on the front half of the house. And if that doesn't work, it doesn't work. Now, how does walnut grow? Is walnut like an oak tree? Seems like quite the opposite, to be real. Okay, so 54 walnut logs should be enough to do the job. Actually, gonna see something really quickly as well. I'm going to revert my changes to Regions Unexplored's textures because they've been pushing new textures out so much lately. I kind of want to see what they expect me to see. This isn't nearly as bad. Who added that as a quest? The reason I like the red so much is because it goes so well with the copper. That's like the thing that stays in my mind right now. My wife is getting a bombastic side eye in the other room. Okay, follow-up question. What's the part that's bothering me here? Because I'm starting to wonder... if part of what I don't like is just the fact that it's the same color on the top floor. Because I don't normally do that. And I don't love this. See, in an ideal world, I would have... that. I would have contrast, right? And so thinking in terms of contrast now, I'm going to try... I don't know that I love this. Oh, I like the texture change there. So we could do that. I definitely think beams are in need of use here. And I'm almost thinking along the top as well. I like that. I like that quite a bit. I think that's the route. I think that's the way. So let's grow a couple more dark oaks real quick. Okay, didn't think so. The larch is just such a neat little tree. I dig it. Okay, so let's start working on the rest of the house then. Now, I have a bookcase to repair. I'm also starting to wonder if the... Ooh, do I still have those planks? I don't. Spruce planks I should have, though. Yeah. I'm wondering if the lighting up on the roof is starting to bleed in, which would be highly annoying, but very likely at the same time. So let's see about that real quick. While I'm up here, I may as well handle these. That way it's way easier to change everything else out. logs, but this should do it. Alright, clearly we've got a bunch more work to do. Let's get it done. It's looking really good, though. I definitely like this better. Put these two back up here. Put that back up there. Some bone meal, or bones for bone meal. That'll do. That gives us white dye as well, which is cool. Right. I forgot what I was coming over here to do. Okay, that should be more than enough. So then, if I quickly redo this with the new plankage we talked about, right? Yep, that looks way better. Now, I imagine, yeah, there's going to be some interior walls that are going to be needing an updated look. But that is super doable. So now the question becomes, like, what do we do for some of these beams that probably could be beam blocks, you know? Like, I'm wondering here and like on these inner support beams if I could do that. I think this works. I don't know. I'm a fan of texture and like modifying and adding to a defined block palette to make it look good. Okay, so here is good. I wonder actually for that top piece if I could use a painting there. Okay, fine. We'll stick with that one. I think that looks pretty neat. Yeah, you know what, you guys? I think that's gonna do it. I don't think there's anything else I really should do here that's not already done. We've got a trident to fix up for the next run around, the next good old streamy stream. So we'll fix that up next time for sure. Otherwise, y'all, thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys appreciated a couple of the things we got to work on. I'm pretty happy, personally. And, right, I gotta figure out what's causing that. But otherwise, I hope you guys had a good stream. I had a wonderful stream with y'all. Thanks for being patient as I left to go get ice cream. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Anyways, until then, have a good one. See ya. Bye.